Hey, what's up, family? And I want to welcome you to this training on reaching the next gen. As I posted about reaching new people, especially college students, many people started reaching out and saying, man, this is really an area. I have long since believed that college students and college campuses are one of the hidden gems of the kingdom, that if we could tap into it, we can reach more people. So, in this very short training, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Now, I'm saying here 30 minutes in the slide, but I think I'm going to be able to do it even quicker than that, maybe even closer to about 15 minutes. All right. But you're going to learn how to connect more students to your church. When you connect more students to your church, I promise you it's going to make a difference. And I'm going to show you how. All right. So here's what I want you to do really quickly. I want you to put away your distractions. If you're serious about this, I really want you to listen to what I'm saying because I'm going to give you some practical strategy. But what I'm going to talk about is going to spark something in you. And it may actually be the answer to your prayers. So put away your distractions and just pay attention for just a few moments. All right. For those of you I haven't met, my name is Henry Tolbert. Here's a little bit about me. I've been married for many years. I'm the father of four girls. I'm a former college football player at Grambling State University, founder of Simple Systems Consulting, where we work with churches and with church leaders to help the church grow without burning out the leader or compromising their message. I've got 20 plus years of ministry leadership, and at this point, we've actually partnered with more than 150 leaders to help them move their church forward. All right. So, real quick, I want to set the pace for what I'm going to share with you. So, here's what I want you to think about. Imagine what your life will be like when your church has more energy, more creativity, and volunteers than ever before. I want you to think about that because that's one of the things that college students will add to you. They will add energy, creativity, and volunteers. And so I want you to think about that for just a moment. How different would your life be? How much time would you get back? How many more people could you reach? How would your budget change? I want you to think about that for a second because I believe these are all things that college students add and these are all things that they bring to the table. So let's talk about this for a minute. Why could students be the answer to what you're searching for? All right. Well, there are a couple of reasons. Number one is that there are 18.66 million college students in the United States right now. Hear me, 18.66 million college students in the US. And this is from a stat from 2021. So that number could have increased by now. College students abound. There are a ton of students in college, young people, searching for the next step, searching for where they're going to go next in their lives. Here's another thing: college students bring gifts and talents. Many years ago when I pastored a church in a college town, at one point in our ministry, we had three praise teams, three worship bands, all because we had so many gifted and talented people. Many young people who are locally on a college campus, they come from churches, they come from places where they've been involved in different things. And so when you bring them in, their talent and their abilities come with them. Another thing, and this is a huge misnomer I see, but college students have a lot of availability. Their schedules are very flexible. For those of them who aren't working full time jobs and things of that nature, their availability is there. It's through the roof. And so they are more available to serve. They are more available to help do projects that connect with other people. They're more available to spend time with their peers. So all of those things make it important. And another thing, they run impacts. I'm going to tell you, man, you mess around and get one or two college students, it turns to 10 very easily. I'll never forget inviting three college students to come to church one night. I saw them walking down the street. They came to church, and the next week, they brought 20 other people with them. And so you never know. College campuses are very organizational, they're very relational. They're made up of people who have found different relationship pockets that they can plug into. So you want to be aware of that. All right. So here's the summary. Here's the bottom line. The secret to successfully reaching more students is to go to them first. We've been in this come and see mode so much in the church, and I think we've missed a lot of the opportunity that we have. And that opportunity is to go to them. When you go to them, many times, if you do it right, if you do it well, you have a captive audience. You have people who are already there. I started in many different ways, and I'm going to give you some ideas here. But I started in chaplaincy. for some of the sports team on campus, because as a former athlete, I knew that if we could reach the football team, the basketball team, the baseball team, softball, all these different groups, cheerleaders, I knew that they are some of the most visible influencers on campus, and many of them have their hands in so many different circles. And so it was about going to them first. All right. So let's break this down into three secrets, into three things I want you to know. All right. Number one, if you want to connect with students, you must find a need you can meet. All right. What I'm saying here is you must think about what do students need, and how is the gospel or how is the church a solution to those needs. All right, here are five simple ideas. Number one, move-in day. We would do what we call church on the go. And so we would go during move-ins twice a year. We would go on campus on that Sunday, and we would simply help students move in. We would carry mini fridges and microwaves and bedding and Chester drawers and all these kind of things up. But as a part of that, we were getting a chance to meet the parents. We were given a chance to be the first to meet their needs. I remember one year we gave away gift bags with a box of cereal and a roll of toilet paper. Like something that simple with a flyer inside helped us to really take a next step and move things forward so that we can help things go ahead. All right. So move in day is an opportunity. Community groups. How could you get involved in helping create some groups for people to fellowship together on campus? All right. Maybe you just start with one small group that meets on the college campus, is for the college students, meets in a common area or something like that. But many college students are still looking for the relationships, especially as freshmen. If you can help the freshmen begin to build relationships and connect with people, it makes a huge difference. All right. Number three, mentorship programs. This is a big one. A ton of college students, research has shown us that the younger generation does enjoy connecting with the older generation. So, how then could you help them do that by putting them into programs where you specifically partner people with college students? Number four, campus ministry. Most campuses have campus ministries already in effect. Could you go in and partner with a campus minister? If your church is Baptist, is there a BCM, a Baptist Collegiate Ministry, all on campus? How could you go in and serve them, be a partner, be a resource? Search out some of the campus ministries that already exist, and ask how you can be a part of them. One of the ways that we got our start is that Fellowship of Christian Athletes, which is something I was a part of as a student, was no longer operational and functional. And the campus ministry director asked me to bring it back, and I did. And when I brought it back, that became the gateway that eventually helped us reach a ton of students. And so, search for those things. Organizations like that are always looking for chaplains. And so, as a pastor, as a church leader, if you have 1 hour a week, 2 hours a week that you could commit to leading or being a part of a campus ministry, it could pay eternal dividends. All right. And last but not least is student organizations. Connect with some of the student organizations that are already doing things on campus and see how you can come alongside them. Find the student union. If you're a black church, is there a black student union on campus? Are there, again, I mentioned campus ministries. What kind of service organizations? What organizations are out there? I'm telling you, people very rarely say no. Organizations rarely say no to help. All right. And so, again, if you can go to where they are, find a need that you can meet, you then can make a huge difference. All right. Secret number two is that your reach is directly connected to your willingness to adjust to their rhythm. All right. Here's what I mean. If you want to reach college students, you're probably not going to be able to do it by doing the same things you've always done. Right. College students aren't following your social media pages. They're not reading your bulletin. They're not reading your newsletter. So if you want to get the word out to them, then you've got to adjust to their rhythm. All right. And this is one of the things that we did. So here's what I mean. Here's five ideas for adjusting towards their rhythm and moving into flourishing. All right. Number one is that you got to use social media, right? And this includes Facebook ads. This includes going into community groups, finding groups. Maybe there are Facebook groups connected to your local college campus. Go into those groups, connect with those people, and really get to know them. Flyers, right? This is one of the things we did that was so successful on a college campus. people have parties and people have events, and they would use flyers. And so what we would do is that we would use flyers too. We would put them on cars, we would put them indoors, and every single time we did a mass distribution of flyers, we passed out at least 1,000. We always saw at least a 10% bump in our attendance that weekend. And so I'm telling you, if you get into their rhythm and you meet them where they are, it can make an absolutely huge difference. All right. Number three, fundraiser support. All right. Here's another one. Some college campuses, sometimes it's through specific departments, sometimes it's through athletic departments, sometimes it comes through even the police department, but they'll do fundraisers, right? Our church participated in a fundraiser where they were asking churches, you would pay something like 600 or 700 bucks, and they would put your logo, your website, and whatever you wanted on a magnet that they put inside of every dormitory on campus, right? That was something that I thought was really innovative, right? If your local college doesn't have that, what if you led that fundraiser for the school and you said, hey, we want to do this fundraiser for the school and we're going to raise funds for the school, but we just want to make sure that we're allowed to put the magnets in there. We'll go and get the people. And so you reach out to local businesses and local organizations, and maybe you have some in your church, and you have people to make a donation, and that donation goes to help pay for the production of the magnets, but also to make some kind of monetary donation to the school as well. That is something that could really be a huge blessing, especially if you're in a town where there's a school that is struggling with some funding and things of that nature. Even if it only becomes $5,000, right? $5,000 for a specific athletic program or something like that pays amazing dividends. All right. Number four, school publications, right? Many schools, universities, and colleges, they have a newspaper or they have some kind of publication that they're putting out. You want to be a part of that publication. So, how can you get information about your church in that publication? How can you get the word out so that they know that you're there and that you're available to them? And then, last but not least, for some of the larger schools, they have school TV, a closed circuit TV system. If you can go in and be a part of that TV system, I brokered a deal many years ago where I could go on every day and do devotionals with the school TV station. And unfortunately, I never actually followed through on the idea, but it was made available to me and it was free. And so you may have some kind of monetary commitment, but I'm telling you, whatever it is small in comparison to what the impact could be. All right. So again, you got to get on their rhythm. How are they communicating? How are they receiving communication? We know social media is on the top of that list, but there are some others as well. All right. Last secret, last but not least, growing churches get outside help. If you want to move forward, you got to get some help. Can I have a very honest conversation with you? If you could do it on your own, it would have been done by now. And so the fact of the matter is, you probably can't do it on your own. And so what you want to do then instead is that you want to get some help. And so if you really want to do that, it's about taking the first step. Because as I said in the very beginning, the secret to successfully reaching more students is to go to them first. All right. So if you want to take that next step and you want to see your church begin to reach out and connect with more students and just grow in general, even prepare internally for students to come. Maybe in your church, students have come at some point and they've been pushed away or haven't been received well, or something of that nature. We're here to help you. We're here to come alongside you. All you've got to do is click the link that's attached to this training, and I will we'll schedule a breakthrough session together. And on that breakthrough session, I'll hear about your vision and I'll give you some very specific custom ideas to help you take the next step. All right. Listen, I want to see the church grow. I want to see the church go forward. And I believe this is a part of it. All right. So listen, thanks for tuning in. Go ahead right now, click the link, schedule your breakthrough session, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon.